Poster 119, the Mikey Pipes version 2.0, 2025. If you ain't testing, you're guessing. It's a limited edition print of 150 made at the Hatch Show Print, which is a nonprofit organization located inside the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. Check out their website. They make amazing posters. These posters, 100% of all proceeds are going to my nonprofit, the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy charitable organization, where we provide free or low-cost plumbing, heating, cooling services to those in the community who can't afford a high professional. I shouldn't even say low-cost because of all the projects we've done from coast to coast. We have never collected a penny from any of the recipients. So it's a great foundation, and it's our way of giving back to the community, and I thank all of you for your support. By the way, this post is going to Charles in Campton, New Hampshire. He's getting the Mikey Pipes Hacks Bring Me Stack sticker, the Mikey Pipes Superman, the If You Ain't Testing, You're Guessing, the Brolic Mikey Pipes, wish I looked like that, and of course, for the holidays, St. Mike, happy holidays. These posters are going all out right now. These posters are $42.50. Delivered anywhere in the United States. If you live outside the United States, give accordingly. You should throw in at least another 25 bucks on top of that so I can ship it to you in a mailing tube and get it to your destination. In this video, we're doing something a little different, folks. We got two service calls this Monday morning. We have one in upstate New York. We're going to travel, Derek and I, 2 hours to get to our first destination. Now, this is an existing residential client. He's got the second home where he only wants me to come, and I must bring the Porsche. He's a car enthusiast, so I think it's going to be pretty cool. And on the way back in Queens, Glen Oaks, or Little Neck part of Queens, near the Nassau border with Queens, the borough of Queens, we have another residential client. This is, I think, his family's or his parents' house. Well, let's just say he thinks his parents got bamboozled with the installer who put in a furnace. Check this out. It's 6:41, and I just get a text message from the client. He goes, "I'll give you an extra $100 if you drive up with a top down." So I write back the entire time. So, you know, the three dots. Yes, I will have a drone up following you. Oh man, the things I do for money.
Oh, okay. Alright, bro. Found it for you. Let me know if you see anything. You don't find it, right?
All right, Derek, we made it. We made it. Let's go see what's going on.
What percent?
Wow, you need a rail in here, man.
Bathroom is here. They took it off. Because we were moving stuff in and out.
I hear you. Okay. So we got a
You
bathroom.
gotta do pee-pee, go in here. Quiet! Here's the boiler.
Should we call Mr. Sunshine?
Yeah, call him. Quiet, look, you. You want something?
Oh my God, so many steps. Like, damn, I should.
You want something drink? Got fully stocked bar. Kimmy, think I'm bullshit?
I believe you. I believe you. No, hold on. Let's just check out the boiler. Yesterday, I was hitting up the Stoli Elite.
That's it.
So it's a Utica. How many BTUs is this bad boy? 125,000. You got 2 zones,
Yep.
right? Very nice. Derek, let's do some part identification, all right? Pop quiz, right? Mm-hmm. What is that? Hold on. I'll point. You tell me what it is.
Oh, this is the thermostat module? Or, is it like a relay?
Try again.
Oh. Electrical component.
All right. Well, we'll carry on. That's the intermittent pilot ignition control module. All right. Okay. What is this called?
Gas valve.
What kind of gas valve is it?
What kind?
Yeah. Is it a standing pilot gas valve? Oh, come on, Derek.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Damn, Derek.
It's a standing pilot. Yeah.
You know, I gotta start putting you under more pressure. There are people that actually have wagers on when your departure is gonna be. By the way, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Why are they debating?
Because they think this is not for you. So if this is an intermittent pilot ignition control module, what kind of gas valve is that?
Yeah, it's a standing pilot gas.
It's a standing pilot gas valve?
Yeah.
Okay, light the pilot.
Yo, this is not moving.
Derek, don't break it because I don't have other parts here.
I know. This is so weird.
Derek, stop, because you're gonna break it. And I don't have a gas valve here. I don't know where to go get one. All right, That is not a standing pilot gas valve. It's you have an intermittent pilot ignition control. That's an electronic ignition gas valve, intermittent pilot gas valve, not a standing pilot. You see a red button there you push in? All right, let's carry on. What are these things called?
These? Oh, these are they control the circulator pumps.
Okay, so what are they called?
Switching relay.
There you go. What's that box in the corner called?
This one?
Yeah. Morning.
Oh, this is an aquastat.
Aquastat, really? Okay. What are those red and what's the red and the green thing called?
These two?
Yeah.
Circulators.
Okay, very good. All right. What kind of is this a steam boiler or a hot water boiler?
Hot water.
Okay. How many PSI is the relief valve on this?
30.
Okay, very good. Okay. We're here to do maintenance. All right, so we just did a quick overview with Derek on this Utica 125,000 BTU 2-zone circulative gas-fired boiler. We have a 30 PSI relief valve here, which is discharging water into a bucket. So Derek, what absorbs pressure in a closed system on a boiler?
What absorbs pressure?
Yes. What absorbs pressure on a boiler?
Water.
Water absorbs pressure. All right, let's take a step back.
Yeah.
This 30 PSI relief valve is dripping. Okay, what's the pressure of the boiler read?
I gotta open this. So it's supposed to be like 30. It's at 10, 15.
Is that 10, 15?
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question is, why is the relief valve dripping?
Shot.
Probably it's shot. Okay. What causes a relief valve to drip?
Or it passes, or it goes over 30 psi.
Okay. So what controls pressure on a boiler like this? Where does the pressure go?
Pressure releasing valve?
Pressure goes to the pressure relief reducing valve?
No.
No. What absorbs the pressure?
Well,
I want you to think about that question while we get stuff from the truck, okay? You know the answer. For some reasons, it's not coming to you.
you're talking about what reduces?
All right, Derek, we got the stuff from the truck. So what absorbs pressure on a hydronic heating system?
Heat?
Heat absorbs pressure? So as water is heated, it expands, yeah? So it builds up pressure, right? The boiler is regulated at 12 PSI, not only by the pressure reducing valve, but by the expansion tank, which absorbs that pressure. When the expansion tank no longer does what it's supposed to do, the relief valve starts to drip. And as the boiler heats that water in a closed system, right, the pressure can no longer be absorbed by the expansion tank, whether it's one of this type of design or like a bladder type that you see like an Extrol number 30 or for hydronic heating, or an ST5 or ST12 and larger for domestic hot water or potable water, should I say. Okay, let's start service on this boiler. Let's start by firing it up and doing a test to see what our combustion results are before doing a service. I'm going to remove the cover from one of the... You found your key was in the tester. So we're going to remove the cover of one of the zone relays, and I'm going to jump out TT, causing the boiler to fire. All right, so I got that jumper wire. Derek, it takes a few minutes for it to heat up, remember? Okay, just fire it up. So let's wait like a few minutes. Don't run it, save battery, press pause. Okay, let's let this run for a few minutes. And then as it gets the temperature, we will do a combustion test before we get started here. All right, at our client's request, we're gonna call Mr. Sunshine. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. He may still be in bed.
No, he's up. He made a comment.
Hi, you've reached John Cope Plumbing Service. I'm unable to take your call right now, but if you can, please leave a name, number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Mr. Sunshine, it's Mr. Pipes. I drove with Derek up to upstate New York. We're here now, and the homeowner, the property owner, asked me to give you a call. Apparently, he's a big fan of yours, even though we don't share the same political beliefs. So when you can, give us a call back when you get out of the shower or get out of bed. I know it's 8 o'clock in the morning, a little bit before your arising time, but I have a feeling you're up and about. Give me a call. Well, folks, we'll see if he calls back. Meanwhile, the boiler's been running for a little bit. Let's see what the combustion results are. So, pre-cleaning, still climbing in temperature. Looks like we're going to be at a little under 8%, well, 7.8% of O2, 34 parts per million of carbon monoxide. We're going to scroll down for our CO2, which is at 7.34. If you guys are familiar with a combustion analyzer and atmospheric venting hydronic boilers that utilize a chimney, these numbers are okay. We're going to see if we can make that better. All right. Let's clipboard that. Let's print the results. And then they'll start the tune-up process. All right, so we have 3 burners here. We're going to take that front plate off and take these burners out, clean them, vacuum out the combustion chamber, and get to work here. Since it was running, it's probably a little hot, so carefully take that out. All right, they don't look too bad, but we're going to take these burners out, and we're going to wire brush all the little slats in the stainless steel tube. Pretty clean. All right, let's get a wire brush and brush all those slats. It's not a competition or a race here. We're going to take our time. Wire brush. We're going to take our time, clean all those slats, and be good. All right, so now that we have cleaned all of the burner tubes with the wire brush, I'm now going to take some WD-40 and lubricate the burner, and then wipe it down with a damp rag, damp with oil. And then let's hit that piece up right there. Love me WD-40. So, and when you're done, looks pretty good. So, let's take a look at our combustion chamber. Just got a piece of, looks like insulation there. Going to just carefully take that out and get the vacuum. All right, so we're gonna get the vacuum, the shop vac, and vacuum out the debris in the combustion chamber. Derek's got the vacuum. We're gonna vacuum that out. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna deal with the expansion tank. All right, we have all of the burners, 3 of them, reinstalled. Combustion chamber is nice and clean. Derek's gonna put that plate back in.
I'm not really too sure how it went in.
Well, there's a little lip there, and as long as you put that little lip on that little thing right there, there you go. You know what? I gotta admit, one of the easiest combustion chambers and burners to clean. Unlike U.S. boiler, burn them, they make life difficult. All right, let's dust off the flue piping with our oiled rag, spray everything down with WD-40. The return piping, lubricate that up, make sure everything's clean. I wouldn't do the vent pipe though, because that's gonna, mostly the black pipe, Derek. And it's painted, so I wouldn't worry about that. Like the stuff that's over there. All right, and then we're going to talk about the B&G Drano tank valve. I have a hose hooked up to it. This is a B&G, yeah, I was right, drain tank. I think it's the, what model it's called? DG1? No, this looks like a DT2. Drain tank 2. So these are pretty unique tanks for older style ceiling mounted and suspended expansion tanks you'll see on older hydronic heating systems that were installed, pre-1980, basically. So this vessel, which probably resembles a, I don't know, maybe a 15-gallon tank, is mounted on the ceiling, out of the way, and is hooked up to the supply piping, as you can see there, and its job is to absorb that pressure as a vessel to do so. Now, once a year, you'll need to drain the water. And to drain the water, you open this valve and you remove that screw. And that will help facilitate the draining of this tank. Quite simple. Some may even add air back to this tank. But I've never done the air trick. I've always drained it, removing the screw, and then putting everything back together when the job is done. So while Derek is cleaning all the dust on the boiler, I'm going to close the valve going to this tank. And then I have a bucket, and I'm going to open up this valve. Oh, the whole thing turned. some water out of the tank. I'll get a little flat screwdriver, remove that. Hear the air. Pretty cool, huh? Yep. The Bell & Gossett drain tank. DT number 2. Pretty cool. And this tank was made in Yonkers. Look at that. Gotta suck in my fatness, otherwise they're gonna criticize me on YouTube. Mikey Pipes, you need Ozempic, or Wegovy, or Manjaro, or some other weight loss drug. The problem is, and there's not really any problem, there's only solutions. It's the goose. It's the goose. Yes, last night I think I had like 8 shots of Stoli Elite. Not the 1 ounce shots, the 2 ounce shots. That was good. Went to bed at around 7:55. How do I know 7:55? Because I looked at my phone as I went to sleep, and it said 7:55. Hold that bucket, because if the table like gives, it's going to go everywhere, and then we're going to be paying for a laundry bill here. So I'm about 3 gallons of water there so far. But when your relief valve is dripping, this is what you do, folks. Now I could be a sales tech and sell you like an X-Trail number 30 for, I don't know, $500, but I don't have an X-Trail number 30 in the Porsche that you specifically asked. By the way, you want to take it for a spin? No? That you specifically asked, you said, don't come unless you're taking it. So, Derek and I came here at your request, and I'm going to close this valve. We took out about 4 gallons of water, and I'm going to, before he releases that hose, I'm going to take that off right there, and bingo. Okay, and now our job is done. All right, the boiler's been running for about 5 minutes. We removed the jumper wire between TT, which duplicates thermostat actively calling for heat. We raised up the thermostat on the lower level thermostat and the upper level. Our boiler temperature is about 145 degrees. Our pressure is right around a little over 15 psi. Let's see what our aquastat's set to. 180 degrees. And as we approach that temperature, we'll take a combustion reading on the flue gases and see if our efficiency has improved by taking out the burners and cleaning them. All right, as we're approaching temperature, I'm going to use a thermal imaging camera and just do a visual seeing temperature on a picture, making sure there's nothing out of the ordinary. Those are our 2 circulators. Our return piping is coming back hot, so we have good circulation there. Flue. Take a look at that expansion tank away from the glare. Supply piping. Relief valve. And we'll take a look at the water heater too. Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, we're hotter now, that's for sure. We probably should have let it get hot before, but we're going to check gas pressure. And then we're going to see if we can make some adjustments on that. So just pause that for now. And let's take a gas pressure reading. All right, before we check the manifold pressure, which is the pressure leaving the gas valve, feeding the gas manifold, we're going to take a reading of pressure going to our gas valve. And I already turned the gas off. So I removed that plug, and I'm gonna hook up my manometer, and we're at 0. Let's turn back on the gas, and we are not in the right inches of water column. There you go. So we're at 9.1 inch of water column there. 9.2, 9.17, 15. So that is our gas pressure going to our gas valve. And if we take a look at our rating plate, we need a normal manifold pressure of 3.5 inches of water column. So we're going to take a reading of that. So let's turn the gas back off. We're going to put back the plug into the inlet side of the Honeywell intermittent gas valve. Make sure that's nice and snug. Now Derek is going to remove the plug on the opposite side, or the outlet side of the valve. And yes, you just witnessed a drip of water coming from that B&G valve on the expansion tank.
Yo.
Daniel. Derek does not know about leverage yet. He's only 19 years old. He'll figure that out as he gets older.
This is gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird? Okay. By the way, Derek has a YouTube channel. It's called Young HVAC Goat. Derek, I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge. You know, it's all about the leverage.
Yeah.
Right? And if you notice that the Allen key they're using is long on one side, short on the other, right? So that way you can have leverage. So like when you tighten this up, you didn't bother or take the time to put a little extra on that, right? Because you want to make sure that doesn't leak. And then you're trying to get this in there, right? But you have to be patient with it, right? So I was able to crack it open a little bit by giving it a little extra, and then slowly churn. You can also put a little cheater bar on that, right? Like we do with wrenches. Yeah. Okay. So now let's hook up our little coupling there, reducing coupling on the clear tubing going to our digital manometer. We're just going to thread that on there, hand tight. A little word of advice here. It's easier to use the barred tubing on there and thread it on and get it that way. Use this and spin that, because it's only got to be hand tight. Okay, so let's turn the gas back on. We're going to make sure we're at 0. We're going to fire it back up. And Houston, we have ignition. So we're going to let that run for a hot minute. But what gas pressure do we need, Derek?
3.5.
Okay. And what's our gas pressure now?
3.7.
Okay. So we're going to make a slight adjustment to this. Now, folks, I very rarely show this on this channel. Very rarely show this on this channel, but unless you're qualified to do so, do not try this at home. Now, you're going to notice that our pressure actually went down as it's been running a little bit. Let's take a look at our testo. Put that back on, fire it up. Okay, and our numbers are actually going down as it's running longer. 3 inches. little under 2 inches. I'm sorry, a little under 3 inches now. 2.9. But our gas pressure leaving the gas valve is well under 3.5 inches of water column, right? And we already verified that our incoming pressure was sufficient, right? If it was like a low amount, us adjusting this are not going to be able to do anything. Right now we're at 2.46, 2.4, 2.39. We don't really have sufficient gas pressure. So now, folks, unless you are qualified to do this and have experience, do not try this at home, okay? We are going to make a gas valve adjustment on pressure leaving the boiler, or leaving the gas valve. And we're going to take that little set screw right there and turn it, because we're at 1.9. That's pretty pathetic. So let's make an adjustment with this. All right, using my screwdriver, we made a very precise adjustment, and now we're at 3.53, 3.55, 3.52, hovering between that. Let's resume the combustion analysis now that our pressure is exactly where it needs to be on this gas valve. It's a little bit high. Can I bring it down a little bit more? Let's try it. A slight adjustment. 3.51, 3.52, 3.50. So we're right around 3.5 inches of water column. The boiler's still running hot. You know, this boiler is from the 70s. If you notice, our exhaust gases are 520-ish degrees, but our O2, carbon dioxide, again, it is what it is, 122 parts per million, and our O2 at 7.6. No, it's O2 and CO2. Scroll down. 7.34. So the only thing I don't like about this is the level of carbon monoxide as a byproduct of improper combustion, but our gas valve set exactly where it needs to be. 3.5 inches of water column. We have sufficient gas pressure coming in. We just have an old boiler that is still running like a champ. Could be better, but it is what it is. All right, so the homeowner asked me to bring my camera. He wants to show me something. So let's head on outside and see what's going on. Old Carrier. Wow, and it's actually in very nice and clean condition. Wow. Very, very impressive. And you know, this was considered high efficiency in the 70s. When was the house built? 70s, 72?
No idea. No. It's 1956.
Really?
Yep.
So that's not the original boiler?
I don't think so.
No. Definitely not the original boiler. Wow.
Okay, when you walk in the
Let's see if we can find the serial number of this thing. Rating plate. Yeah, right. Oh, right here. Let's see. Let me get on the other side. I can't read upside down. Not easily. So serial number 38TE0. Sorry, model number 38TE012300. With a serial number of, I don't know, it's a K or an H. W100637. Wow. Incredible. Are we going to replace this with a Mikey Pipes by ACIQ? No? All right, folks. We're waiting for the boiler to turn off. We are at almost 200 degrees here. And I'm going to guess that aquastat is a little off. Either that or the tridicator gauge is inaccurate. But given the age of components here, probably the aquastat, but as long as it turned off, we good. Both hot to the touch. Not too shabby. I guess this was a company that serviced this boiler. Williams Automatic. They do air conditioning and heating. That is a very, very old sticker.
Yes.
Williams Automatic. And I guess they converted it to Wilco Energy.
Not there no more.
I believe it. So the Utica model M125AGB with a serial number of BB or DD 03902. Wow. And there's our combustion test results, before and after. You know, I don't think this boiler is that old, actually. Automatic vent damper that used to be maybe on here. I wonder if the boiler maybe is from the 90s.
Is that a serial number there?
What?
The serial number? I'm sorry.
This is serial number, yeah. Right there.
92?
I don't know.
What's this number? You can't see.
That says 03902.
Yeah, it's not 2003.
No. So maybe it's the 90 or...
I figured by 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, that's my guess
Late
as well.
80s, right?
Late 80s, early 90s. It doesn't have a vent damper, but it has the plate that would identify one on the front of it. I guess, you know, we can call Utica and find out what's the curious. I was waiting for that too. Automatic relight. Once the temperature drop below and low enough on the aquastat, kick back on. So the aquastat was almost at almost 200 degrees, at least according to the tridicator gauge. So it did turn off though. So the second I touched it. So old Utica, still running like a champ. All right, since I touched the aquastat and then it turned off, we have to wait for it to come back on again. But it gives me an opportunity to explain to the community about an awesome app called HouseCall Pro. HouseCall Pro is the app that we use for dispatching, invoicing, and payment receiving. It is the world's best CRM platform for trade professionals. And what's really great, we were contemplating how old the house is. You had said 1959. But according to public record, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with 1,412 square feet was built in 1957 and has an estimated resale value of $703,000.
In the water bill.
Yeah. So if you are still using paper and pen to invoice your clients, it's 2025, almost 2026. Go to housecallpro.com/Mikey Pipes. They'll give me an attaboy and they'll take care of you. They really will. Just tell them Mikey Pipes sent you. In case anyone doubted the age of the home, right? When we first stepped into the home, those who are observant of their surroundings, I noticed it right away as well. Let's go to the next one. All right, folks, we made some great progress back to Long Island. Right now we're on the Cross Island in Queens, heading to our second service call of the day. Making this a twofer. 2 for 1, a double feature. If you guys appreciate the content, the best way to support the channel is by subscribing, if you haven't done so already. And of course, hitting that thumbs up button. And notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video. Also, if you like something a little more raunchy and uncensored, check out my uncensored channel where I post generally Monday through Friday. at around 6:30 every day. As long as I'm in New York, I create content. It's just my unbiased, unfiltered, raw channel. Very little about plumbing and HVAC, but just telling it like it is and how I feel. So we're going to this service called in Little Neck. It's an existing residential client, but this is the first time going to this property. Apparently, the furnace is no bueno. Let's go see what's going on. All right, here we are. Got here at a good time.
Yeah.
Helps to have a reckless driver driving in front of us, driving like an animal.
Yeah.
So,
Follow right behind you.
follow right behind the animal.
Got forward.
So apparently the parents are home, but there's no answer at the door yet.
Don't see no car.
You don't see no car? There's a car in the driveway. No, he said that they're home.
Are you the customer?
Hi. I'm good. How are you? You're Izzy. How are you? Thanks for accommodating our schedule. We're coming from Upstate New York and got here very quick. Got done there quick, so. All right. So tell me what's going on.
So about 10 days ago, well, almost 8,
Okay.
his neighbor recommended someone. He
Okay.
just came on Friday
Gave you a train.
and basically said the install was not right.
The install's not right.
10 years ago, whoever installed it, the efficiency rating, there's no chimney, they did it out the side. He said, you know, the exhaust was wrong, everything was wrong about it.
They did it out the side. So I do see B vent here. Where does this go?
Out to the side over here.
Out to the side, yeah? Let's go see that. Sidewall termination of the B vent. That's a little out of the ordinary. Put some kind of screen on there? Yeah. B vent at the side of the wall. Well, it should be going out the roof. Just your average amount of debris and rust chips and indication of condensation forming on the exhaust piping, dripping down, and as you can see, evident there and a little bit there, but they did use B vent, so at least they did that right. On this furnace from 2015. How many BTUs is this thing? Where is it? 100. And air conditioning coil above it. So does the furnace work?
We haven't been able to get it on.
What happens?
Well, when we tried to get it on 10 days ago, it wouldn't go on. And the gentleman came back on Friday, he got it on and then shut it off quickly. That's that. But the AC works, the AC's all good.
Oh yeah, because the blower. There's a filter, I guess, somewhere upstairs?
Yes, on the first floor, yeah.
Okay. Not terrible. What kind of thermostat we have?
Just
Regular thermostat on off with batteries?
Exactly.
So let's set that for heat. Set it to something on so it turns the system on, and then I'll do a controlled fire here, and we'll get this fired up. All right, let's turn the gas on and let's fire up. Let's see what happens here. Is there a switch off top of the stairs somewhere? Is there a switch out, like the switch right there? Okay. Inducer motor runs. What do we have? Hot surface igniter. Or it's spark. Yeah, there's a hot surface igniter. So let's see what we have here. So we have a code there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 error code flash. Nothing behind this cover. Is there? Nope, not there either. Anything there? Nope. Huh. All right, where's the service facts booklet? Nowhere to be found. You have it. As I predicted, pressure switch fault. Still flashing through. Also, with the amount of water damage here from drippage on the exhaust piping, there may or may not be a pressure switch issue here, but okay. So you can't terminate B vent horizontally, and this is a fake route because this B vent then goes to dryer vent. But we do have this 5-inch. We'll use this for fresh air. We'll run 2-inch PVC in here to run exhaust. We'll maintain the evaporator coil after recovering the charge, disconnecting the coil, which is 7/8. Yeah, 7/8. 7/8 on the line set, 3/8 suction. And then the condensate going outside is a problem, but yep, time for a new furnace.